Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mark Davidson Court. We've got some Fort Wayne basketball. It's non-conference basketball, but it's the Blackhawk Christian Braves, the home team on your scoreboard, versus the Southside Archers, the visitors from Southside High School here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm Thad Goff calling your play-by-play. Oscar Harrison is running the camera tonight, and what a great season it has been for the Southside Archers. They won 17 games last year. 17-7 was their overall record. They've already matched that 17-win total with 2 more games left in the regular season, including this one tonight, and then the Archers get New Haven on Thursday. That'll be a home game and the home finale for the Southside Archers. One of the biggest accomplishments for Southside this year is they have won the SAC this year, and they've won that conference outright last night. If Carroll defeated Homestead, which they did, that would mean that Southside and Snyder would both finish the season tied at 7-2 in conference play, and Homestead would finish 6-3. And since Southside beat Snyder head-to-head over at Kilmer Court, Southside gets the SAC title. So the Archers are SAC champs, but they're looking for a marquee road win tonight against the Blackhawk Christian Braves. And the Blackhawk Christian Braves have had another really good season, and we're used to seeing that. This is a basketball school here at Blackhawk Christian. Now, they've had great success in other sports as well, including winning a state title this year in soccer, boys soccer. I think it was 2022 when the Braves won a state title in volleyball. Blackhawk Christian boys basketball has won 3 state titles, 2 under Mark Davidson, the man that this court is named after, and 1 under current head coach Matt Roth, as the Braves have entered in front of their home crowd. They packed this gym tight. Now, we're used to seeing Blackhawk Christian have a really big, dominant big man down low. We've seen that from Kellen Pickett. We've seen that from Josh First. We've seen that from Caleb First, former Mr. Basketball here in the state of Indiana, who went on to Purdue. But this year, Blackhawk has kind of had to play some small ball. The biggest guys on their roster are 6'4", and those are Drake Sefton and Jaden O'Neal. Those guys are both small forwards, so they don't really have a true center or power forward. And yet, the Blackhawk Christian Braves have been able to put together 14 wins this year. 14-7 is their overall record, and they've managed to win some pretty good games this year, including going on the road and beating New Haven. They also defeated Wayne here in this very gym. They beat Mishawaka Marion in this gym as well to start the season. And their road win against Northside back on December 2nd is looking a whole lot better. Northside's had a pretty good second half after starting the season 0-4. So the Braves can still play basketball at a high level, even without the big man down low. They can still play at a very high level. I'll talk a little bit more about these two teams. Actually, I'm going to stay right here. We only have a minute left until we get this game started. One of Blackhawk Christian's best players this year has been Bryce Lacrosse, the sophomore guard. He's averaging 18.9 points per game. and he is a sophomore. He's a guy who figured into the lineup a lot last year as a freshman. He's figuring in a whole lot more this year and having a great season. Drake Sefton, another sophomore, is also having a great season. He wears number 32. He's a small forward, and he's averaging 12.3 points per game. Drake comes from a great basketball family. His brothers Gage and Bryce played here at Blackhawk Christian. I do believe Gage was on that state championship team from Matt Ross' first season as the head coach here at Blackhawk Christian. Now, Southside's leading scorer is Terrence Jordan. However, he is still out with a foot injury. He's averaging 13 points per game on the year. But this is a well-rounded team of well-rounded guards that Southside has. Javon Irby is the second leading scorer. He averages 12.4 per game. JT Timberlake Johnson averaging 10.9 points per game. And even though Josh Sandoval, KJ Alexander, and Corte Wallace are shooting under 10 points per game or scoring under 10 points per game, those are guys that can drive the basketball and score from the outside at a high level, and Southside is a team that can force turnovers at a high level as well and capitalize off those turnovers. We're about to have the national anthem as well as a pregame prayer. They do that all the time here at Blackhawk Christian School. We're turning it over to our PA announcer.
Hello, good evening, everyone. On behalf of Principal Mark Harmon and Athletic Director Joel Cotton, we welcome you to Mark Davidson Court for tonight's boys varsity basketball game featuring our guests, the visiting Southside Archers, and your Blackhawk Christian Braves. Ladies and gentlemen, if you please rise, we'll lend a word of prayer by BCS High School Athletic Director, Mr. Joel Cotton, followed by the playing of our national anthem.
Please pray with us. God, we're grateful for this opportunity. Thank you for your love for us. Thank you that we can come here in competition with both Southside and Blackhawk Christian. We pray for the players on the court tonight to give their best efforts and that no one would be injured on either team. And ultimately, may our actions bring you glory in everything we do. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
And now for tonight's starting lineups. First for our guests, the visiting Southside Archers. Sitting at 5'10", a junior, number 2, Joshua Sandoval. Sitting at 5'11", a junior, number 3, Kendrick Alexander. Sitting at 5'11", a junior, number 4, Javon Irby. Sitting at 6'2", a senior, number 10, Jarius Timberlake Johnson. Finally, standing at 5'10", a junior, number 33, Corte Wallace. The Archers are coached by Coach J.J. Foster. And now, the starting lineup for your Blackhawk Christian Braves. Standing at 6'2", he's a senior point guard, number 2, Braves Pardon. 5'8", a sophomore guard, number 10, Riker Knox. A 6'3" sophomore shooting guard, number 12, Bryce Lacrosse. Then at 6'4", senior small forward, number 20, Jaden O'Neal. Finally, then at 6'4", sophomore small forward, number 32, Drake Sefton. The Braves are coached by Coach Matt Roth. The officials in this contest include Mr. Dave Gentile, Mr. Jeff Lytle, and finally, Mr. Joe Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for some Indiana High School basketball.
And we are just about ready for some Indiana high school basketball. Big-Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big-Eyed Fish. Of course, Blackhawk Christian coming off an overtime win last night against Northwood. Riker Knox, who is starting this game, got the steal and ultimately the game-winning shot. Southside lost on their home floor to Wawasee last night. They're trying to bounce back from that, but the Braves start with the basketball. This is Briggs Pardon. Briggs Pardon playing his final 2 years of high school basketball at Blackhawk Christian. He started his high school career at Carroll. Loose ball picked up by Josh Sandoval. He slips it across the court, and the basket is good. J.T. Timberlake Johnson. And the Archers take an early 2-0 lead. A little full court pressure. The Archers like to press a lot, and if they can force you to turn the ball over and get out and run, it can be a long night for anyone who goes against them. But when you got Drake Sefton putting up points like that, you can stay in a ball game with anybody. Javon Irby puts it on the deck. The step-back jumper. No. Timberlake Johnson had the board. Pardon stayed with it. And the Braves take over. Here is Riker Knox, the hero of last night's game. Lacrosse. Over the shoulder feed, but the shot spins out. Irby gets control of the ball for Southside. Alexander leaves it off. Timberlake Johnson in for two. J.T. Timberlake Johnson, two early deuces. The Braves still have not broken the pressure. Now they do. Sefton, little pick and pop. They work it over to Pardon. Pardon into the paint. Got it back, kind of dribbled it off his shoe. Lacrosse, the leading scorer for these Braves. That's Sefton, the second leading scorer. Sefton with the spin move. No, couldn't squeeze it. Irby does squeeze it. There's Timberlake Johnson. All blocked. Drake Sefton rejected, but then pickpocket by KJ Alexander. And swatted at the other end. It's a block party. J.J. Foster wanted a foul on the Southside bench. It is going to be Southside ball as the Blackhawk student section says you got swatted. Sandoval brings it outside. Gets it over to Javon Irby. Braves look like they are in a man-to-man defense. Little shot fake there by Wallace. Alexander into the paint. Hangs and can't finish. Bryce Lacrosse with the board for the Braves. He was thinking about pulling up for that jumper. Instead, he'll feed Sefton. Pardon, the Carroll transfer, gets run into by Corte Wallace. I think Pardon was checking himself to see if he had some blood. Looks like he's okay. Well, he's sticking it out no matter what. Lacrosse in that coffin corner. Not quite the coffin corner, but very close to that baseline. Still Blackhawk ball, though. Lacrosse, the smooth jumper. Kind of a long string without any points, but now here comes Corte Wallace, and he finishes. Corte Wallace, the son of Colas Wallace. Pardon was close to that timeline. J.J. Foster wanted the 10-second violation call. It did not come. Sefton stays with it, and the foul. Drake Sefton. A chance at three. Javon Irby called for the foul. Second team foul already on the Archers. And Drake Sefton at the line. He's got 4 points so far in this ball game. Make it 5. And Blackhawk Christian leads for the first time. Catch and shoot. Josh Sandoval. A little bit long. And into the hands of Sefton. Sefton behind the back. Lacrosse able to pull it in. He puts it on the deck. Lacrosse going to work with the finish. That's fearlessness from the sophomore Lacrosse. Sandoval fires. Couldn't bank it home. Picked up by Pardon. Pardon on the run. Irby chasing. Pokes it away. Sandoval just saved it. But good hustle on the other end by Sefton. We've got a jump ball. The arrow favors Southside. Well, if you want hustle, we're getting it from both teams. You got it from Southside there, and they come up with what ultimately is a turnover. Javon Irby still scoreless. We do have a lot of basketball left to play. JT Timberlake Johnson had 2 early drives to the bucket, and there he is down low again. Great find by Irby, and Timberlake Johnson with a finish. JT's got 6 points. I marked it wrong on my scoreboard. There's Timberlake Johnson again. Late pass, Alexander. And the lead right back to Southside. You have to take care of the ball against the Southside Archers. You always have to take care of the ball, but Southside is a team that can especially make you pay. Riker Knox was caught in a tough spot. Lacrosse the drive and finish. Beautiful drive, Bryce Lacrosse. Sandoval was thinking about firing. He can hit from the outside. Poked away, almost taken away by Lacrosse. Alexander loses it, and a foul. They're going to say on the shot, I think. Jaden O'Neal called for the foul, and that's the first foul against Blackhawk Christian. Jaden O'Neal's having a pretty good season. You know, he's a senior. I don't think he got to start until this year. Kind of waited his chance, and then when you have guys like Bryce Sefton and Kellen Pickett go off to college, may have a chance to get some extended minutes, and Jaden O'Neal has gotten that, and he's played very well with them, but he did commit the foul on that last trip. Jaden O'Neal with a tough catch that time. Knocked away, that's Alexander. He comes up with it. Irby out ahead. The reverse is good. These Archers can get out and run, and you saw it right there from Irby. Javon Irby on the board for the first time. Catch and shoot, Riker Knox. And we are tied at Davidson Court. A little two-man game. Timberlake Johnson, he was contested by Pardon, and the Braves get the stop. Sefton lets it fly. No. Battle for the board. O'Neal draws the foul, and it was on the way up, they say. I don't know. I thought he was still trying to get control of the ball. But it will be free throws as KJ Alexander's called for the foul. Here's another look at this replay. Was this in the act of shooting? Definitely got the rebound. Might have been going up for the shot. Meanwhile, that's the third team foul against Southside. And one more free throw for O'Neal. He missed the first one. He missed them both. Javon Irby almost lost the rebound with JT Timberlake Johnson. Ultimately, Javon came down with it. Irby down the baseline. Not a whole lot of room. No trouble at all. Javon Irby taking over. He's got the last 4 points for the Archers. 1:30 left to go in this first quarter. Pull up three. Lacrosse comes up short. Irby swings it off the hands of Wallace. I'd say it was too hot to handle. It was a little tall as well. Kyler Wood will check into the game for Blackhawk Christian. He's a sophomore. This Braves team only has 3 juniors. They do have a grand total of 3 seniors. They do have a grand total of 3 juniors as well. I meant to say seniors first, though. Here's that 2-1-2 press. by the Archers. Pardon through traffic. Sefton on the deck. Lacrosse sets the feet, takes the contact, no foul call. I don't know, that looked like a foul on Wallace. Timberlake Johnson misses, and a strong board by Briggs Pardon. Good ball movement, Wood. Back to Sefton for the bucket. Little two-man game between Wood and Sefton. Sefton's got 7. 44 seconds. Southside can hold for the final shot. Although at the pace they like to play, it would be no surprise if they go for something quick here. Sandoval, tough catch. He's got Wood on him. Irby puts it on the deck. Irby on the drive. Left-hander is good. Pardon right at the timeline. Thought he had a foot over it. Oh, wide open. Riker Knox, the hero of last night's game. Irby, the step back. That's a 3 if it goes. It does not. So at the end of the first quarter, we got a tie ball game here at Davidson Court. And we're back after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
We're ready to go to the second quarter here at Mark Davidson Court. And we got a tie ball game. We've had some good basketball so far today. The Snyder Panthers already knocked off Blackford over at Kilmer Court, not too far from here. Got a close game between Woodland and Dwenger, and might have something going on at the scorer's table. Right now, the possession arrow says it's Blackhawk Christian ball, and the Braves are ready to inbound. Jeff Lytle's going to go explain. I was listening in as much as I could. I think what J.J. Foster just said was, what's the holdup? And he's got something to say to Jeff Lytle. Lytle trying to calm him down. That didn't take long. You might be thinking that it should be Southside ball. Southside did have the ball last, but this will be Blackhawk basketball to start the second quarter. Lacrosse with it at the wing. He looks to drive. Got Irby on him. Couple of moves, shot won't fall. Oh, good hustle, KJ Alexander. Tavion Morrow in the game for the Archers. Again, no Terrence Jordan. Been dealing with a foot injury. I think he suffered that against Bishop Lures. Morrow with the shot fake. Pull-up jumper. Short. Batted around as Alexander got caught in a tough spot. Here comes Sefton. Loose ball. Just able to dish it out. Wood on the drive. Blocked. Vincent Wynn with the rejection. Alexander zips it to the corner. Alexander wide open, hits a three. That's the first three for the Archers in this ball game. And they got plenty of guys who can shoot it from beyond the arc. And immediately Pardon takes it to the cup. Briggs Pardon on the board for the first time tonight. Irby sizing it up. Catch and fire. Sandoval from downtown. Josh Sandoval, his first points of the night. And that's back-to-back threes for the Archers to start out the second. You know they got guys who can shoot it from the outside. And you've seen it these last two possessions. Lacrosse keeping that pivot foot down. J.J. Foster wanted a foul, didn't get it. Briggs Pardon puts it in. Briggs Pardon with all 4 of the Braves' points to start out this second quarter. Irby has to go way outside to Sandoval. Irby wanting to go baseline. He dribbled it off the foot of Sefton. And they do say it's off Blackhawk Christian. I think that is the right call. It looked like it went off Sefton's foot. You could have called it out off Blackhawk. You could have called it a kickball. Either way, it's Southside ball. Sandoval didn't really have time to set his feet there, but Wallace has an open look. Missed the 3. That's Drake Sefton with the board for Blackhawk, and now the Braves with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. Sefton, the drive, the spin. Up with the shot, and it goes. That's 9 for Drake Sefton. We've got 5:20 left to go in this second quarter. Irby from distance. Too strong. And now the Braves with a chance to take the lead. Pardon on the run. He slows it down. Pardon with Wallace on him. O'Neal feeds out to Knox. He had the steal and score to win it for Blackhawk last night against Northwood. Lacrosse into the paint. Working on Irby. Comes up short. And Irby's got it for the Archers. Irby could not squeeze it home. That was close, but Vincent Wynn is there. And that's a jump ball. The Archers will get it on the possession arrow. JT Timberlake Johnson will re-enter along with KJ Alexander. Irby and Morrow will get a breather. Timberlake Johnson gives it up to Alexander. Alexander had it contested in the air, and the shot just spins off. I think it was Pardon who got a piece of that ball. Loose ball, Sefton down the baseline. He's cut off by Wallace. Alexander brings the double team. Out of bounds, Southside ball. Wallace and Alexander combine to force that turnover. .4:18 to go in this second quarter. Here's Wynn. Sandoval gets the screen. High floater. And Lacrosse comes down with the board for the Braves. We're halfway through this second quarter. Pardon loses it. Tried to dribble behind his back, and Wallace was right there waiting. That's traveling. Josh Sandoval shuffled his feet, and I could see it from right here. Even J.J. Foster could see it from where he was. Now he's closer than I am. He doesn't want his guys traveling. But Blackhawk Christian will take over in a tie ball game. 3:47 left to play. We are in the second quarter, of course. And the way this game's going, we might end up playing more than 4 quarters. That's what happened to Blackhawk Christian last night, but they got the win against Northwood. Sefton will feed it out to Lacrosse. He'll fire. His 3 is good. Bryce Lacrosse, and the Braves take the lead. Lacrosse, a standout sophomore. He's got 9 for the game. Wynn couldn't connect. Out of bounds, Blackhawk ball. And that's either an injury or frustration. Is that Knox? No, it's not Knox. He's standing up on the other side of the half-court line. It might be Wood. Oh, check that. It might be Sefton. Well, they're going to call on Ann Laborde, who's the trainer here at Blackhawk Christian, so we're going to take an injury timeout. Back in 40 seconds.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, the bad news is the injured player was Drake Sefton, and he had to be carried off the court. The potential good news is that he has not gone to the locker room. He's working with Ann Laborde on the Blackhawk bench, so maybe Drake Sefton will be able to return, but we shall see. Again, he had to be carried off the court by Jaden O'Neal and Bryce Lacrosse. Knocked away on the pass from Lacrosse. Pardon gets to the ball. Turnaround jumper. He was contacted, and it didn't affect him that much. Briggs Pardon with a tough jumper. All 6 of his points have come here in the second quarter. Wallace behind the back. Irby wants to go baseline. His 5-point lead is the largest lead the Braves have had today. Timberlake Johnson's been quiet since early, and he throws it into no man's land. Knox going hard after it. I'm not sure he wasn't contacted, but it's called out of bounds off the Braves. And I'll give Knox an A for effort for that hustle, even though the Braves just turned it right back over. Unfortunately, I won't have time to show you the replay because we're back to live game action. Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Southside needs a bucket on this possession, down 5. Irby trying to cross up Knox, and a foul. Check that, that's Wood guarding him. Kyler Wood, he was in the area, and he did get called for the foul. Only the first foul this quarter on either team. We had 4 fouls in the first quarter. Here in the second, that's the first one. But it wasn't the act of shooting, so Javon Irby goes to the stripe. First one's good, and it's a huge one. Certainly a 5-point lead is not insurmountable. When you get down by 5, there's a sense of urgency. You don't want to end up down by 3 scores. But now it's back to a 1-score game. Inside 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Across the paint to Pardon. Across the timeline, and that's a pickpocket. KJ Alexander, the bounce ahead, and Irby scores. That was a straight theft by KJ Alexander. Loose ball and a foul called on the Archers. I think they're going to get Timberlake Johnson, which they do. Not in the act of shooting, but it'll still be Blackhawk ball. Worked with Keith Edmonds a number of games this year. And I know he's used the phrase, that was larceny. I think he would have said that same thing about that steal by Alexander. That's Timberlake Johnson with another foul. The basket will not count, but Johnson got Knox in midair.
That's his second, team second.
2 quick fouls on Timberlake Johnson. And Riker Knox will go to the free throw line. He was the hero of last night's game against Northwood. An overtime win here on Davidson Court for the Braves, but a little bit long on that free throw. It's almost like he tried to lean into it. As Corte Wallace will re-enter, he gives Morrow a breather. Got the second one. Alexander on the drive. Catch and fire. Wallace comes up short. And Lacrosse able to stick with it, even after running right into Kyler Wood. Lacrosse spinning into the paint, and a foul. KJ Alexander going to be called for that one, and I think that was a good call. That's KJ's second. Third team foul against Southside. Vincent Wynn will take the place of JT Timberlake Johnson. Timberlake Johnson with those 2 fouls this quarter. Want to keep him available as much as possible. Long inbound. Knox. That's a foul. That's an obvious one. KJ Alexander with another foul. That's his third. Southside plays fast. They play stingy. And even though they're full of guards, they do play physical. That physicality cost them that time. And the next Southside foul will put Blackhawk at the line for double bonus. 55 seconds and counting. Lacrosse. That might have been a push-off. Lacrosse will drain the jumper. With that shot, Lacrosse goes up to 11 points. 40 seconds left. Southside can hold for the last shot of the quarter. Here's Sandoval. Wallace outside to Win. Down to 30 seconds. Sandoval the cut. He slows it down, brings it outside. 20 seconds. Wallace again. Feeds Sandoval. 10 seconds. And now Southside looking for a shot. J.J. Foster wants a timeout. They needed to get a shot off there. They'll still have time to do it. But Javon Irby was dribbling like he was trying to run out the clock. Well, you're trying to drain the clock, get a shot at the last second. The way he was dribbling there, looked like he was just trying to set up. Trying to run the clock all the way down. Well, I've got time to show you a couple of replays. Might have time to show you two. Briggs Pardon going to hit a real tough shot here. Pardon's had a real good second quarter. Turnaround shot right over Wynn. But then one thing Southside prides itself on is great defense. They can take away the basketball and go get points. That's what KJ Alexander and Javon Irby combined to do on this possession. That replay, as always, is brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Well, still 5.8 seconds left. Vincent Wynn was a sixth man on the floor there. Inbound Sandoval. Back out to Irby. Irby's going to go. Gets it off. And it bounces in. Javon Irby at the buzzer. We got a ball game here at Davidson Court, and I think we figured we would. Javon Irby ends the first half with 10 points. And it is the Blackhawk Christian Braves who lead it by 2 at the end of the first half. A quick-paced game and a fun game as well here at Davidson Court. And it's time to get some words in from our sponsors. It's because of our sponsors that we're able to bring you all these high school basketball games that we bring you here on SummitCitySports.com. That includes the folks at Tom Steele Tire. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in our area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on X at 260 Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Halftime here at Mark Davidson Court. It's the homestanding Blackhawk Christian Braves with a 2-point lead over the visitors from Southside High School. And I will be right back after this break. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
32-30, Blackhawk Christian on top of Southside. And right now it's time to give you the scoring leaders for this first half so far. Right now for Southside, Javon Irby with 10 points, KJ Alexander with 9, JT Timberlake Johnson with 6, Corte Wallace for 2. Bryce Lacrosse is the leading scorer for Blackhawk Christian with 11, Drake Sefton with 9, Briggs Pardon with 6, Riker Knox with 6 as well. Those are the scoring leaders at the half here at Mark Davidson Court. And right now it's time to get another word or two in from our sponsors. It's because of our sponsors that we bring you all the games we bring you here on SummitCitySports.com, including the folks at Parkview Sports Medicine. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. Always 100 presents Academy Drills and Skills going on through May 28th of this year. Camps go on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 5 to 6:30 p.m. It's for kids pre-K through 12th grade. You'll get to work on dribbling, shooting, passing, and defense. For more information, contact the folks at Always 100 at 260-444-2788. Or go online to www.always100basketball.com. It all takes place at the Parkview Sport One Fieldhouse in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Again, we are at halftime here at Blackhawk Christian School. Back after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge Training Program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
Well, back here at Mark Davidson Court on the campus of Blackhawk Christian School, a 32-30 lead for the Blackhawk Christian Braves. And we knew this game was going to be up and down the floor. Southside is so good at creating takeaways and then scoring off those takeaways. And we've seen that tonight, but we've seen Blackhawk Christian be able to answer and go on some runs of their own to what is right now a 2-point lead at the end of the first half. I'll go ahead and show you one of our replays. This is the replay that ended the first half. It seemed like Southside was rather casually going to let the clock run down. My apologies, I think that replay didn't fire like I wanted it to. There we go, now it's showing. But you see Javon Irby with a little more urgency there, and he knocks down the jumper. And the fact that Southside was playing things pretty casually was why J.J. Foster called a timeout, perhaps to remind his guys, hey, we got a chance to score before halftime here. We got to go with a little more urgency than what we're doing. Make it a 2-point game, and if that's what J.J. Foster said in the huddle, the Archers certainly responded. Now, one thing for Blackhawk Christian is they've got to be able to protect the basketball. If they can do that, they can avoid giving up those transition run-out opportunities that Southside's so good at. And once Blackhawk Christian's been able to protect the basketball, they've been able to create points for themselves. And that's probably one thing that head coach Matt Roth is emphasizing with the Braves at the halftime locker room. We got 2 more quarters left to play and possibly extra basketball. They played overtime here last night when Blackhawk Christian defeated Northwood. Southside coming off a tough home loss to Wawasee just a night ago. Mark Davidson Court is not an easy place to play for anybody, especially when you're coming off a home loss the night before. But the Southside Archers hanging with the Blackhawk Christian Braves, and we've got a fun ball game here at Davidson Court. Yeah, right now I'll get a few more words in from some of our sponsors. Again, it's because of our sponsors that we're able to bring you these broadcasts of high school sports. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government, whether you are facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation. Jolly Law Firm is the answer. Shioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. And online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Got about a minute and a half left to go until the second half gets underway. I'll be back in a minute and 10 seconds here on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, we've had a fun day of basketball here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The Snyder Panthers held off the Blackford Bruins earlier today. 71-65 final there at Kilmer Court. Bishop Dwenger hosted Woodland today in boys basketball, and Woodland won that one 48-46. And here we got a 32-30 score. Meanwhile, I believe that both Norwell and Belmont made it to the semi-state championships in girls basketball. We know they were at semi-state. I believe both teams ended up winning. So Norwell would face McCutcheon. I know that much. In fact, I think they're facing McCutcheon right now. Boy, Pardon was contacted on the inside. They're going to call Sandoval for the foul. So student section shouts out, "You can't do that." Well, Mark Davidson Court may be a small gym. Folks around here love their Braves, and even they get the big crowds from the visiting schools as well. Visiting fan bases, I should say, as Pardon knocks down the free throw. He had a pretty good second quarter. All 6 of his points came in the second. He's got 7 now. Somebody shouted miss. He did miss, but Pardon tracks down the offensive board. Lacrosse was back ready to play defense, and he gets a 3 out of it. Lacrosse might as well have been playing center field there or anywhere in the outfield. You know, as an outfielder, you start back with a drop step going after a fly ball, and then if the ball's hit short, it's easier to go from your drop step to turning back forward than it is going the opposite way. Jaden O'Neal, the run out and the jam. Jaden O'Neal getting down the floor. Irby on the attack, pulls up for the jumper. That's short. Tapped out to O'Neal. And there goes Lacrosse. He lost the ball. And Irby picks it up. Just gets it to Wallace. Southside needs a bucket here. Wynn trying to get him one. And Drake Sefton with a strong board for the Braves. A 6-0 run to open this third quarter for Blackhawk Christian. They had Lacrosse in the post against Corte Wallace. These teams are very guard heavy. Guards and small forwards for Blackhawk Christian, almost exclusively guards for Southside. Lacrosse dishes, that's Sefton. Knox was thinking about a three, instead he goes to Pardon. Pardon on the drive, puts it home. And the Blackhawk Christian Braves on an 8-0 run to start the third. Irby looking for help. He finds Wallace. Now Wallace looking for out. Southside's been shut out this whole third quarter so far. Irby gets a screen. That's Wynn trying to feed Wynn, and that's kicked out of bounds by Sefton. The Archers will keep it. Nice spin there from Jeff Lytle. The referee as he feeds to the baseline. And now they're going to bring it back to the baseline. He actually fed it to the sideline. Timberlake Johnson out to Wallace. Irby double team. Irby on the attack. Sandoval behind the back. Check that. That's Wallace. He got his pocket picked. Briggs Pardon to the basket. Briggs Pardon just gave the Archers a taste of their own medicine. These last two quarters, Briggs Pardon has been playing excellent. And I got a couple of replays worth showing to you. They are brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. First on this one, Bryce Lacrosse was back ready to play defense, but then we saw Pardon get the board. He ran up and was wide open for that three. And how about Briggs Pardon? We're used to seeing Southside turn defense into offense. That's what Briggs Pardon just did here for Blackhawk Christian. A straight theft as he takes it away from Corte Wallace. And right now it is all Braves as we start the third quarter. Braves are on a 10-0 run. Only one foul this quarter. It was on the Archers. We've still got 5:05 to go. Southside coming off a tough loss to Wawasee last night. Blackhawk Christian got an overtime win against Northwood. And here we go. The remaining 5 minutes of this third quarter. Wallace sets the feet. Short. A long outlet, baseball-style pass. Knox bobbles it. I thought he stepped out, and that's the call. It is going to be Southside basketball. Knox can't believe it. Yeah, I thought he was out. Even Matt Roth looks like he's telling him, no, son, you stepped out. It's almost like an episode of Full House. Danny Tanner coaching his daughter Stephanie in Little League Baseball, and She's called out running to first. He didn't argue the call. Uncle Jesse did. As KJ Alexander has it swatted. Jaden O'Neal. And his pass gets away. By the looks of things, I don't think Sefton was ready for it. 42-30 in favor of the Archers. 42-30 in favor of the Braves. The Archers haven't scored this quarter. They've got the freshman Elijah Norman in the game. Irby just able to corral the loose ball. Southside needs something to go. Irby will try for the three, and that's short. Sefton with the board. Ball kind of slipped out, but into the hands of O'Neal. Wide open, Knox from the corner. Book it! It's a 13-0 start to this quarter for the Braves. Riker Knox with 9 points as Timberlake Johnson sets the screen for Sandoval. Pull-up three, short by Sandoval. Check that, that was Alexander, and it's out off the Archers. And by the way, Drake Sefton is back in the game. He exited the game what looked like a bad leg or bad foot. He was carried off by two of his teammates, but they didn't take him to the locker room. Instead, he worked out with trainer Ann Laborde on the sideline, and whatever was ailing him, he's back in the ball game. Pardon too strong. Irby coming the other way. Slips it through. Alexander for two, and finally the Archers crack the board here in the third quarter. Some of that quick transition game that we're so used to seeing from the Southside Archers. Lacrosse one-on-one with Alexander. A little hesitation. And Lacrosse able to finish. Give him 16 for the game. Lacrosse averages 18 per game on the season. Sandoval, no. He needed that three to go. Pardon pulls it in. He almost got up with the ball. O'Neal, the dish. Sefton going to test that leg of his. Test passed. Drake Sefton with 11 points. Playing through possibly some pain. He was dealing with some pain earlier in the ball game as Irby goes baseline and wisely throws it off the foot of Sefton with 2:08 on the clock. And Corte Wallace will check in along with Tavian Morrow. Irby slips it inside. Alexander able to finish. KJ Alexander up to 13 points. Archers need a couple of stops. Knox across the paint. Lacrosse got it. Heat check. Bryce Lacrosse from downtown. Bryce Lacrosse has 19 points. Loose ball. Out of bounds off Lacrosse. He got his hands on it, but could not secure it. Win the extra pass to Alexander. The Braves have dominated this quarter. They've outscored Southside 20-4. Here in the third quarter, Timberlake Johnson, quiet since the first quarter, gets that shot to go. Riker Knox was open. He loses the ball. Irby's got it. Irby in a foot race. Missed the shot. Morrow got the board and gets fouled. Irby had Wallace on the other side of the floor. I thought he could have fed it to him. It'll remain Archers basketball as the foul is on Bryce Lacrosse. Wallace pulls up for three. No good. He had Timberlake Johnson shading him, setting the screen for him. A little in front of Pardon. Pardon goes outside. That's Lacrosse. He's had the hot hand in this ball game, although Pardon's played plenty well in his own right. 40 seconds. Blackhawk can hold for the final shot of the third quarter. Morrow keeping his eyes on Pardon, or rather Walton. That's Lacrosse, I beg your pardon. And Lacrosse trying to feed it. Riker Knox is open. His three won't go. Morrow crashes in. 23 seconds. Southside can get something off here. They've been held to just 6 points this third quarter. Wallace, extra pass to Irby. 10 seconds. Wallace finds Irby. Irby on the drive, gets into the paint, leans in, too strong. Put back, Timberlake Johnson just in time. But Blackhawk Christian won that quarter, 20-8.
They are $3 until
14-point lead for Blackhawk as we go to the fourth on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
So I tell the truth all the time, ain't got no sympathy for no. I admit that I'm rich and I'm lit. Jumping up on stages, I get 200 occasions, but I ain't really the game up. We make sure they trap down. They see how I made it, I'm the reason they won't rap now. See me out in traffic, make a hater pull his head down. Biggie's OG salute me, a stylist can't even style me. The robbers probably wanna get me on mopping out Lamborghinis. The youngest turn in my city, they try me, I get it cracked. Some of this still would happen if I never started rapping. My people don't stay.
Will be Southside ball to start the fourth quarter. They got a bucket from Javon Irby to close out the third, but they're going to need to go on a run here. Irby down underneath the basket, gets it to Wallace. I believe the Braves did have a 20-point lead in that third quarter. They outscored Southside 20-8 in the third. Can the Archers make the adjustments here in the fourth? They're coming off a home loss to Wawasee last night. But the Archers are champions of the SAC. They go 7-2 in conference play. As Irby attacks the baseline, blocked but a foul. That was Lacrosse who committed the foul. What a great game Lacrosse has had. 19 points total. But that is his second foul of the game, and Javon Irby goes to the line. Javon Irby is in double figures, but he needs to get these free throws to go. Lacrosse just went to grab a towel. Thought for a second there might be a wet spot. They're trying to tell Matt Roth to get back in his area. Towel they grabbed must have been wet. So, yeah, now they need a new towel. They got one, and it's an even bigger. That looks like a beach towel. Did Irby have some blood on him? He just used the towel to wipe his hand. Usually if you have blood on you, you come out of the game. At least to get the blood dealt with. Well, now Jeff Lytle's using the towel to wipe the floor, and it looks like he's done. Well, whatever it was, looks like it's been taken care of. Obviously, you don't want anybody slipping and falling on that hardwood surface. But these free throws so crucial. Free throws are always crucial. I was at Snyder earlier today, and Snyder did win the game. It was a huge game against Blackford. Blackford had some huge misses from the free throw line down the stretch. Irby does get a second chance as he comes down with the board. So the Archers still with a chance to get points this possession. Timberlake Johnson lost it, and he's fouled. Pardon and Lacrosse were in the area. It's on Lacrosse. Second foul on Lacrosse. Morrow, baseline jumper, got it. So after all that, the Archers do get points out of that possession. And Alexander with the takeaway and the bucket. KJ Alexander. Alexander has 15 points, and you know Southside's going to go after takeaways. That bucket by Morrow, meanwhile, was his first, and that's a foul on Wallace. He made some hard contact on Wood. First team foul against the Archers this fourth quarter. I believe the Archers were down 20. They've got it back down to 10. Still 6:51 left to go in regulation here at Davidson Court. Briggs Pardon with 11 points in the ball game. He'll hand that one to Knox. Make that Wood. Lacrosse finds Pardon. It's a big possession, especially for Southside defensively. Stolen away by Alexander. The feed to Wallace, poked out of bounds by Wood. Southside ball. And I think what Matt Roth just said to the Braves was get on the same page. You can't have bad passes, especially against a team like Southside that can turn those bad passes into not only takeaways but points. Morrow out on the wing. Timberlake Johnson will attack. Hanging in the air, too strong. And Drake Sefton just bumps it off of Irby to get the ball back to the Braves. Jeff Lytle checking to make sure that the ball doesn't need to be wiped down, and apparently it doesn't, as we've got 6 minutes to go here at Davidson Court. Well, 2-1-2 zone press by the Archers. Pardon finds Lacrosse. Sefton's wide open. He'll put it on the deck. Sefton high off the glass. And for Sefton, I believe that's his first points. Well, not first points. I think that's actually his second field goal since he left the game with what looked like a leg injury. Timberlake Johnson spinning around, and he scores. JT Timberlake Johnson with 12 points. And Lacrosse just got it across the timeline. Sefton fakes. Sefton in traffic. Jump ball. The arrow does favor Blackhawk, and now Timberlake Johnson is down and writhing in pain. Well, J.J. Foster is going to go check on Timberlake Johnson. And while that happens, we're going to take an injury timeout. Back in 40 seconds here on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, JT Timberlake Johnson is on his feet. That's the good news. But it looked like he was holding his rib cage. Hopefully he turns out to be all right. Even Julius Barton, the JV coach, was out to check on him. I think that Timberlake Johnson's probably going to come out for a play. That jump ball did go to Blackhawk Christian. And Timberlake Johnson does go to the bench. 5:11 left in regulation. Pardon trying to get it in. He does. Wood fouled on the shot. It doesn't fall. But Kyler Wood is going to the line. That's the second team foul against Southside. Corte Wallace commits his third. 5:09 left in this fourth quarter. And Kyler Wood able to knock it down. Somebody from the south side section shouted the word miss. But he got both of them. Kyler Wood 2 for 2, and he's on the board for the first time. Here's Irby on the attack, blocking foul. They get Briggs Pardon. He's been able to avoid foul trouble most of this game. Josh Sandoval will check in for Southside. He'll give Vincent Wynn a breather. 5:04 left to play in regulation. Morrow puts it on the deck. Morrow, the crossover, pull-up jumper, got it. Tavion Morrow's hit some big shots here in this fourth quarter as he tries to keep the Archers' hopes of a comeback alive. Lacrosse across the timeline, working on Irby. Lacrosse again feeds it out to Sefton. Pardon has Morrow on him, and that's going to be a foul on Tavion Morrow. It's a third team foul on the Southside Archers. First on Morrow. With 4:23 to go. When you're playing the Southside Archers, this game is never over. You got to make sure you protect the basketball. Knocked away by Alexander, but he knocks it to the sideline. So the fan was just trying to get out the door, either to throw some trash away or whatnot. Riker Knox into the paint. Check that was Wood. He feeds it to Knox. You got Riker Knox and Kyler Wood. Wood wears number 11, Knox wears number 10. And Knox able to get away from trouble as the Braves are allowing some time to tick off the clock. That helps them a lot. Lacrosse on the drive into the paint, and Bryce Lacrosse puts it home, adding to his impressive night. Irby on the attack, pull-up jumper, in and out. Pardon got to beat that 10-second clock, and the Braves do just that. Lacrosse down the baseline, fouled on the way up. And Wallace is frustrated. That is his fourth. So Wallace one away from fouling out, and that's the fourth team foul on Southside. So every Archers foul from here on out means free throws for the Braves. And what a night that Bryce Lacrosse is having. 22 points, easily leading all scorers. He averages over 18 points per game. And he's got 23 for this game. Corte Wallace feeds outside to Alexander. Alexander all the way to the basket. KJ Alexander, 17 points. Loose ball. Oh, Matt Roth got a timeout. Did the Braves have possession of that ball? Well, it is a timeout for Blackhawk Christian. I got a couple of replays worth showing. It's only fitting I show this one because of the night that Bryce Lacrosse is having. 23 points, It's kind of been his night to shine, just taking on Wallace and the closeout a little bit late. Now another look at the back end of this play. Good hustle there. Boy, that was close. Morrow looked like he tied him up. I've seen plays like that have resulted in jump ball calls, but and again, I don't think that Morrow really had full possession of the ball either. Well, talking about Bryce Lacrosse, I did reach out to Matt Roth before this game, and he said this about Bryce, quote, "Bryce is a very talented and coachable kid. He is a tremendous scorer, but even better, he loves making those around him better and getting a team win. I have a great group of kids who are so hungry to get better and take on the next challenge." Now for Blackhawk Christian, the next challenge is the Leo Lions this coming Tuesday night. Southside will also have a date with the NE8. They got the New Haven Bulldogs coming to Don Reichert Gymnasium on Thursday. Drake Sefton on the drive, puts it in. Sefton had that early injury scare. He looked fine on that basket. Sefton's got 15 for the game. He averages over 13 per game coming in. That's a deep three, and Alexander couldn't knock it down. They'll get in the hands of Drake Sefton. 2.5 to play. Lacrosse, the feed outside to Knox. Knox was the hero of last night's game, and there he goes. Pardon, little ball fake, and he puts it in. Briggs Pardon up to 13 for tonight's game. As we come up on 2 minutes to play. Irby, tough shot, spins out. Lacrosse trying to save it, and he stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds right in front of Jeff Lytle, too. As Elijah Norman will check back in along with JT Timberlake Johnson. Corte Wallace also enters. Alexander. Irby off the fake. Drives baseline, hangs and scores. Well, Javon Irby will finish this game in double figures, but that's Briggs Pardon breaking past the whole Southside roster that's on the floor. Briggs Pardon 15 points. Irby into the paint. The left-hander comes up short, and Pardon secures. Pardon trying to fight for the ball, and he is fouled by Timberlake Johnson. Good to see Timberlake Johnson back in as he comes back in after having probably an injured rib cage, and that's the 15th foul on Southside, so this will be free throws for the Blackhawk Christian Braves.
At the line, shooting 2 for the Braves, number 2, Briggs Pardon.
Briggs Pardon will go to the line. And Matt Ross going to dig into his bench. Jackson Gorey's about to check in.
The 5-foot point guard, number 4, Jackson Gorey.
Bryce Lacrosse will head to the bench. His night appears to be done, and he turns in a really good night. 23 points for Lacrosse. Second one doesn't go, and that's off of Knox. Boy, Knox had to climb the ladder to get up to that ball right over Irby. 1:14 left. As Josh Sandoval will enter. Again, Blackhawk Christian's next game is this Tuesday as they take on the Leo Lions. The Southside Archers will take on New Haven this coming Thursday. It'll be the final game. Well, not the final game for Blackhawk. They do go on the road to play Northrop. Sandoval with a deep three that doesn't go. And the Braves have worked it down inside the final minute. Pardon right near the sideline, finds Knox. Knox loses the ball, hustling after it, and he couldn't save it. But only 52.1 seconds left. This is going to be a win for the Blackhawk Christian Braves. And I believe their game against Northrop is this coming Thursday as well, same day that Southside takes on New Haven to close out the regular season. Catch and fire, Sandoval, no. Pardon comes down with it. His own man goes down. But right now the Braves looking to just dribble out the clock, maybe force Southside to think about fouling. How was that not double dribble? Wide open three, Jackson Gorey, no good. Gorey feeds inside, Pardon, knocked away by Sandoval. But only 21 seconds on the clock. Irby up and under, beautiful shot by Irby. And a timeout. J.J. Foster calls a timeout. Neither coach has had to use many timeouts in this ball game. Now that was an impressive bucket there by Javon Irby, and I'll go ahead and show it to you on our replay, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Good hustle there by Alexander. I think I'm going to have to come out of this replay right now as we're back to live ball action, but it's going to be a win for the Blackhawk Christian Braves. Isaac Staten on the floor as well. He's out there. Elliott Cummings is out there. The ball's knocked out of bounds by Cameron Charlton. 3.9 seconds left. The Braves are going to win this game and go to 15-7 overall. And again, they got a date with Leo coming up on Tuesday. That's their next game. Back-to-back nights, the Braves defend the home court, winning in overtime last night over Northwood. And tonight they knock off the mighty Southside Archers. The Archers fall to 17-4. The Braves improve to 16-7 on the year. I beg your pardon, 15-7 is now the Braves' record. They were 14-7 coming into tonight, but 15-7 is now their record after back-to-back overtime wins against Heritage Christian and Northwood. But they will take on the Leo Lions, and I'm going to pause here as the Braves do their prayer circle. They do this after every game, and I think it was a tradition that started when Mark Davidson was in what turned into his final year as the head coach here. Blackhawk Christian a winner 67-52 over the Southside Archers. And they go to 15-7 on the year. Southside falls to 17-4. Blackhawk Christian is home against Leo this coming Tuesday and at Northrop on Thursday. Southside will play their next game on Thursday as they take on the New Haven Bulldogs. And it's time to recognize our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. That player is going to be Bryce Lacrosse, who finishes this game with 23 points, averaging over 18 per game. He scores 23 on the night. Bryce Lacrosse, your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. And that will do it from here at Mark Davidson Court. The Blackhawk Christian Braves defeat the Southside Archers 67-52. For my cameraman Oscar Harrison, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Blackhawk. You've been watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.